Welcome, everyone. I am Nellan Hunt for We News. I'm here in New York, and through the power of technology, I'm speaking with Trini artist Mumtaz Persad. Mumtaz, thank you so much for agreeing to come on. I know the life of an artist is a hectic, crazy one. You're creating and painting all the time, and don't have time for us mere mortals. So
Thank you, Nellan, for having me.
you did not start out being an artist, did you? I think
No.
I think you were more of a corporate animal than you were this brilliance of color and creativity, which I think is lovely that we're getting to see now.
Right. No, I didn't. I was actually an accountant for a number of years. And when I left that more so to be at home with the kids, and it was only when I was pregnant with my last son that I began painting as a form of expression and sort of like a thanksgiving for the experiences that I had being a mother.
So your first set of work, you would say, was your maternal inspiration.
Yes, it was more like divine feminine, an expression of gratitude for the divine feminine.
What is the divine feminine? You see, I don't know all these wonderful artistic terms. So we're getting an education here today in art for everyone in Trinidad and Tobago who has gone to an art gallery like me, and you walk around and you go, oh, this is nice. And then you hear people talking about these things and you go, well, I don't have a clue what they're talking about. All I know is that it look nice.
Right. Well, when I use the term divine feminine, what I am referring to is our ability to carry life and bring forth life, which I do think is a very divine quality that the female possesses.
Mm. It's really interesting that you talk about things like that, because now that how long have you been painting?
10 years. 10
All right, and
years.
is it only painting that you've been doing?
Yes, yeah, more or less, yes.
Yeah. How would you
So
say
I
your
paint
work
on
has,
different substrates, no, not just
how would you
canvas.
say it is, how would you
Sorry, go
say
ahead.
your work has evolved now in terms of what you're doing now as opposed to 10 years ago?
In terms of expression, what I'm expressing now compared to 10 years ago, it would have changed a little bit as my children grew older and you sort of observe their challenges in life and express it based on my observations, because what I paint really, you know, a lot of artists think that there should be controversy in art. I don't believe in that. Perhaps that may be something for other artists. I mean, create however you want to, but for me, I like to express beauty, only beauty.
So it's essentially a very positive journey for you. It's something that you think when people look at your work and they walk away, you want them to say that was really nice and uplifting, and I feel so good looking at it, because I've heard that there are paintings you can look at that will bring you to tears just because of the impact it has on your spirit and on your soul.
Right. And it has been something for me. A lot of people have come to my gallery, well, when I've had exhibitions, and walk away with tears. It has happened a lot. Wow. And that is what I want. I want people to be inspired and uplifted. Before I started painting, let me give this story. Before I started painting, I had read something by Wayne Dyer. He said, when you're trying to make a change in your life, you should surround yourself with images of things that uplift your soul and your spirit. Stay away from negative. And I had sort of gone on a journey looking for images that inspired me, and I didn't find any. So I began to create my own.
That is really, really, really very powerful. And I don't know if this is the right question or the appropriate question, but how do you know the way you're going with any piece that you're creating? How do you know this is it? This is what it's supposed to look like? Because I know I've heard that artists are the level and way they're inspired is so different to everyday people because of how they look at things. And you talk about how the things that you look at that inspire you to paint what you paint. How do you know when you start painting? So do you start painting something and then halfway through you go, I don't know, and then you keep going, or you say, let me start over?
Well, as I told someone recently, I have an inventory of ideas in my head. So like most times I have an idea. I would see an image. But when you're painting, it really does take on its own energy, and sometimes you just draw back from the canvas while you're painting, while I'm painting, and you see ways that you could like just, sometimes it's difficult to explain it.
I understand.
Just pull together, that's why, as I said, that's why I use a lot of geometric shapes. Maybe to me, it just pulls, the geometric shapes to me just pulls the entire piece together and creates unity.
Okay. Right behind you, there seems to be an image. Is that a woman holding?
Yeah, an egg.
She's holding an egg. Describe how that painting started, how long it took, and how it ended.
So the concept of holding an egg is embracing fertility.
Okay.
Right? This painting is acrylic and oil. This probably took me a week to do. How it started. This was more of an organized thought that I had in my mind. So, and it was done a while back. So to give you the process of this right now is a little difficult.
Yeah, because it's not that easy. I mean, I know I could throw a million questions at you, and for you to be able to get me and the audience to understand, it's almost as if we have to crawl into your head. Because I understand that the process of creativity is so different, everyone. And the most you can ask someone to do who is creative, I've learned many times, is just to ask them how they feel about it. Because to say, what does it take to create that painting? Then it means that I would have to be able to go into your head and really understand the gears that turn that got you to there. So how does that painting make you feel?
Oh, I love the expression. I love what is being expressed. To me, it's a celebratory piece, and that's how I feel about it.
We're going to talk with you some more. We're going to take a quick break, Mumtaz. Everyone stay tuned. You're watching We News. I'm Nalan Hunt. We'll be right back.
Again, Nana challenge, Nani going behind. Nana drinking white one, Nani drinking wine. Again, Nana challenge, Nani going behind. Nana drinking white one, Nani drinking wine. Nana riding bicycle, and Nani ringing bell. Nani lock the handle, they fall inside a well. Me Nana so damn careless, he to keep Nani draw. As he jump in the bank, boy, he hold on to white one. Again, Nana challenge, Nani going behind. from a plane, girl, you falling from above. Listen to me, darling, and don't fall in love. You falling from a plane, girl, you falling from above. Listen to me, darling, and don't fall in love. Oh my love, you leave me and you're gone. You leave me and you're gone. Come back to me, darling, before you have to mourn. Oh my love, you leave me and you're gone. You leave me and you're gone. Come back to me, darling, before you have to mourn. A scorpion sting me, a feeling I go dead. Darling, if you love me, come lie down in my bed. A scorpion sting me, a feeling I go dead. Darling, if you love me, come lie down in my bed. Tell me any number on your cell phone, my darling, when we go meet up again. My darling, when we go meet up again. A scorpion sting me, a feeling I go dead. Darling, if you love me, come lie down in my bed. A scorpion sting me, a feeling I go dead. Darling, if you love me, come lie down in my bed. Kaise bani, kaise bani, kaise bani, kaise bani. Balori bela chutney, kaise bani. Balori bela chutney, kaise bani. Kaise bani, kaise bani. Balori bela chutney, kaise bani. Balori bela chutney, kaise bani. Balori bela chutney, kaise bani. Balori bela chutney. It's Ravi B. Whoa, Ravi B. Karma me crazy. Bass Lab, Maha Productions.
Welcome back. You're watching We News. I am Nalan Hunt here in New York, and we're speaking with artist Mumtaz Persad. Mumtaz, how much work does it take to put together an exhibition?
Um, hmm. It is quite a process. This exhibition, I was contacted by the gallery early January,
Mm-hmm.
and the exhibit comprised of 30 paintings. So that was done. It was done in 6 weeks. Everything else, I'm just the artist. Everything else was done by the gallery. Promotions, invitations, social media, everything was done by the gallery. But it is quite a process.
Is it is there like a template of how an exhibition comes together, or does the gallery say, in your case, does the gallery say we've seen something of yours that we like, we want to do a show around that, and then you start creating specifically for that, or do you pull out pieces from your own inventory that speak to how they view your work? I don't know which comes first, the chicken or the egg.
No,
In this case.
no. The gallery already knows your style of work. So the gallery will contact you, and everything is left up to you. You choose the title, and the artist chooses the title and creates a body of work based around what message is being sent.
You hear things like Renaissance and Expressionism and abstractism and all these things. Do you have a period or a style that speaks to you specifically, or a particular
Yes.
artist whose work that you like?
Yeah, I'm mostly drawn towards Cubism. Cubism would be like Pablo Picasso.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of an artist who inspires me the most is actually a local person, Leroy Clark.
I know the name,
So
know the
yeah,
work.
his yes. So I'm mostly inspired by lyric art.
Have you met him as yet?
Oh yes, absolutely. He's been to my exhibitions before, and he's left wonderful reviews, which I'm eternally grateful for.
How does that affect you when somebody you actually admire is
Mhm.
present, when your work is present and looking at it? Do you
Mhm.
stand by in the corners cringing, going, "Oh my gosh, oh, I hope he doesn't," as you talk about Leroy Clark, and he's a very
Yeah,
powerful presence. He is a
very.
powerful
Mhm.
character. He's a powerful person, and when he moves through a
Mhm.
room,
Mhm.
it's he exudes that control
There's
and
an
power.
energy, there's an energy that moves with him, and it's very visible on his canvas when he does his artwork.
So did he turn to you and say, "Good work, Mumtaz," or
He actually he wrote in my guest book. He said he wrote something very positive, very inspiring, and uplifting. So he did write something, and of course he drew a little something in my guest book as well. So,
so you have a little piece of history right there?
that's right.
And you
That's
talked
right.
about
Yeah.
painting when you were carrying your last son. Are any of your kids
Mhm.
creative in terms of art?
Oh, they all are. They all
Uh,
are. Yeah.
do they all paint?
Um, well, no, one does mandalas. So you know what's a mandala?
No,
Um,
I do not.
okay. So okay, no. So he does pencil work. My eldest daughter, she as well. She's an excellent artist. My little son, who the one who I was carrying when I started painting, he actually put up a piece of his work at my last exhibit for sale. So he was 8 years old at that point, and
Wow.
the painting sold. 8 years old, and his painting sold.
What was it a
Yeah.
painting of?
It was more like a galaxy, something, you
Okay.
know, very abstract.
Do you guys work together when you're working, or everyone is off doing their own thing separately from one another?
Everybody is doing their own thing. Yeah.
But that must be amazing because, do they come to you for advice, or do they say, "Mom, what do you think about this? Should I do more of this or less of this?"
No, no, they do their own thing. They are their own geniuses. So I don't get involved in that.
Walk by and go, if you put a little bit more yellow in that corner.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. I saw on social media you had a session at one of your exhibits where you encouraged people to dabble a little bit. Why did you
So
decide to do that?
that was a huge success. A lot of people came out, and I think I achieved what I wanted which was to for us to create something together and to demonstrate how much more powerful we are when we work as a unit rather than
Mhm.
divided. So it was a huge success.
Well, kudos to you because no exhibit in itself is easy to put together, but then to put something together where you encourage the public to participate, it could go any way. It could go in so many different directions. And, kudos to you and
Correct.
congratulations for having a great show that really spoke to people and encouraged them to participate in the
Mhm.
process of creating. And
Yeah.
one of the things with this show is I'm so lucky in that I've been speaking with so many creative people, and every single person's process is so uniquely different. No two
Right.
people go, "Yes, well, oh yeah, I do that too, I do this too." And everyone approaches
Correct.
creating, whether it is music or film or art,
Mhm.
so differently. But we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about what's next. the artist, Mumtaz. Stay tuned, everyone. You're watching We News. I'm Nalan Hunt. We'll be right back.
तेरे बिना जिंदगी से कोई शिकवा तो नहीं, शिकवा नहीं, शिकवा नहीं, शिकवा नहीं। तेरे बिना जिंदगी भी लेकिन जिंदगी तो नहीं, जिंदगी नहीं, जिंदगी नहीं, जिंदगी नहीं। तेरे बिना जिंदगी से शिकवा तो नहीं। नारी Maha
Baby, I like that. Ooh, ooh, I like that. Ooh, baby, I like that. Ooh, ooh, I like that. Ooh.
काश ऐसा हो तेरे कदमों से चुन से मंजिल चले और कहीं दूर कहीं। काश ऐसा हो तेरे कदमों से चुन के मंजिल चले और कहीं दूर कहीं। तुम गर साथों मंजिलों की कमी तो नहीं, तेरे बिना
When an exhibition is over, Mumtaz, do you start planning for the next one and you have a vision of what you want to do next? Or do you now step back and say, I need to figure out how I'm going to proceed with the next exhibit? Do you stop one exhibition and start planning the next one?
No, no, I am on a much needed break right now. But what happens is that when my mind is still, that is when like thoughts start coming to me. Like I do have an idea of what I want to get into next. I mean, I would like to let the work evolve a little bit with some more like sculptures.
Ah,
So
that's
I would like to get
interesting.
into sculpture now.
Why sculpting?
Because I'm just attracted to it.
Yeah, I hear you. When one of your pieces of work is sold, I don't know what level of attachment you have to your work, but when you watch your work leave with you to go with someone, what is running through your mind as you watch that painting disappear forever?
Yeah, well, every creation is like a child. So it is like a little heartbreaking when it leaves, but at the same
Yeah.
time, very thankful that people are happy to have one of my paintings.
Maybe we need to get something for for the wall here. Hint, hint,
I think so.
producers. We have to ship it to New York, but who knows? We could organize something
Oh
and
yeah,
have it as a wonderful backdrop, because I'm watching your work behind you, and honestly, it's like an explosion of color, but it's all so precise at the same time. It's so organized,
Right.
and everything blends into one another so nicely. So you have to be proud of the work that you're doing. And people want your work, and people want to take your work home. I saw somewhere a couple of your pieces over what looked like maybe hotel rooms on
Mhm.
Instagram, and I said it looked so powerful because it looked so regal. That's the only word I could use. It was so nice to see,
Yeah.
over a sweet bed and a table in what looks like a hotel room. How do you create?
Yeah.
Let's say, okay, Nellen is opening a hotel slash guest house in Togo. and I say, Mumtaz,
Mhm.
I want something that would make people feel, that each room is special. How do you fill an order like that?
Um, so I have that's what you call a commission, where,
Right.
some, um, a collector would commission you to do a piece. And I have done very few commissions, but I always let people know beforehand that I don't paint images, I paint emotions. That is what.
Mm.
So the few commissions that I have done, I've asked, what emotion would you like to have displayed on the art? And they trust me to create that emotion.
Wow. It would be so much easier for me if you said to me, just give me 10 paintings of lighthouses to put up. But I
Right.
know,
Yeah.
I'm oversimplifying it, but it's really a powerful, special thing that you're saying when you talk about um, letting people know that you paint emotions and being also strong enough to say, I'm painting this.
Mhm.
You now need to trust me. I know what I'm doing, basically.
Right. Correct.
Given the global event that is taking place, I was trying not to say its
Mhm.
name too often.
Like,
How
yes.
has that impacted your ability to share your work on a more expanded forum? Because of course, with all the restrictions with room occupancy, gathering numbers, and that sort of thing, have you had to find new ways to share your work with people?
Um, it has impacted my work a lot. The situation that we're in right now. However, and yes, I have not been showing the way that I would have in a normal situation, because you go to like we would have been able to go to markets. I mean, now it's getting a little better, but in 2020 we couldn't go to we couldn't do like art markets or
Ah,
showings at malls and things like that. So yes, it has impacted a lot, and I've been using social media
mhm.
um, as a form to promote what I have available.
Well, we're going to share that with people because I think it's a really wonderful thing to be able to see your work and to experience it. And I'm really lucky in knowing you all this time. And then one day I see paintings and I go, oh, that's nice. And then I go, wait, she painted more? And then I go, wait, she painted some more. And then really, it was really special to see that side of you. And everyone always has some nice little hidden talent. And this is yours. Congratulations so very
Thank you,
much.
Nella.
And I want to say thank you for bringing us into your space and having a look at what you've been doing. And congratulations on your exhibitions. We're coming to an end here where it's time for us to say goodbye, but I want to say especially thank you. And it's wonderful to hear that your family is also involved, that this is a
Yeah.
wonderful family affair. So on behalf of everyone here at We News, I'm Nalan saying thank you for tuning in, everyone. Stay safe and have a good